We're at the Salt Lake Off-Road and Outdoor Expo. I've come to this a few times over the years, and we thought it might be kind of fun to give you a little tour around the place, show off some of the vehicles we see, and you know, just have some fun. Let's do this. I've seen this Jeep around and I really like it. Look at the accents right there. What size tires are those, Jakes? Look at this little top on the back. That's cool. Oh, look at those. I haven't seen those before. Dude, this is an awesome Jeep. I really like it. What size tires are those? What do they look like? What does it say? I think they're 40s. Are they bigger? Oh, wow. Dude, that thing's a beast. That's my favorite one so far, and we haven't even gotten inside. So I think we'll be hard pressed to find a better Jeep than that one there. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, we're inside the expo. We've got our raffle tickets, one for me and one for Jake. We're going over to the Slorex booth. We're gonna go put our names on them so we can get entered into the raffle that's gonna happen at noon. Hello.
Hi.
I assume we put our names on these?
Yeah, first and last name. This one's for the 6 o'clock drawing. The blue ones are for the noon drawing. You have to be here to win. Every $5 you spend on this booth, you get another free ticket.
All right, I got a patch for the Jeep. That's one thing. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's take a tour around to see what kind of cool stuff we can find. Let's take a look at this Gladiator. Pretty standard. It's got those American Adventure Labs steps on it. As I'm sure many of you know, the off-road community is becoming more and more proliferated with RZRs and OHV vehicles. And as such, this event is catering more and more to them. So it feels like the whole front section here is very much for the side-by-sides. Although, check out the Ultra 4 truck. Oh man. Pretty cool. I love watching King of Hammers every year, so it's kind of fun to see that. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is cool.
It's strong enough, even just pulling it in the air, it'll crawl a bit. Like it's just super. Can you adjust it so it's well, you want it to be variable. You just want to, but the thing is, you don't have to go fast and over stuff with these. They're so torquey. You just pull it and let it do its thing.
These are super cool. So John has one of these in the Wrangler and his daughters have the smaller versions of them. And they're so much fun to drive and they look so authentic. In fact, sometimes you'll see YouTube videos out there where people are doing some crazy tricks and people and falling off cliffs and things like that, and then you realize that's an RC car, not an actual vehicle. But really fun things to have. They're expensive. They're right around $500, I think it is, for one of these as a base unit, and you can literally buy almost any additional piece for it. You want to get new axles, you want to get differentials, you want to get new tires. I mean, almost anything you can customize on a Jeep, you can customize on one of these RC cars. Really cool. What is that thing? Look at this. It's the Zombie Hunter. Chainsaw. Rat pellets. Negan's baseball bat. Look at this thing. Holy cow. It's pretty fun. It's got an old CJ grill on it. So it's still a Jeep. I mean, come on. That's pretty awesome. Getting to some of the outdoor part of stuff. Some clothes, e-bikes. There's some hats. W3. Utah's 4x4 clubs, the true environmentalists.
Can't escape it.
It's a good looking TJ. Isn't it LJ? No, it's a TJ. Oh wow, look at this one. I love the color of the wheels, those bronze wheels like that. Oakley Off-Road, it's for sale. Look at that, so if you want to buy that, see us at booth 1538, Oakley Off-Road. It's a good looking Jeep. Let's look at the inside. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that cage. Look at this big old box. All right, Jake, your vote. The one that we saw outside or this one. If you were getting it for free, you didn't have to pay for it, and they were giving it in this your Jeep, would you take this one or would you take that one we saw out front? What about you guys? Put it in the comments. Would you rather have this one or the one out front?
Yeah, the one out front.
I think I want the one out front too, but this is a really good looking Jeep. Really good looking Jeep. Pretty awesome. This is a JK. That other one was a JL too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we got, oh, look at that thing. Oh, look at the cage on this thing, Jake. On this Gladiator. I haven't seen that before. That's like a full like Jurassic Park dino cage. My Tough Box. I've never seen that before.
Hey, it's Major.
Is that Trailmater? It is. It's Rory. Hey, what's up? Mater's back and working, huh? That's awesome.
Never down. And free zone for.
Oh.
Like something you do.
I love that Rory's here because that means that any of these people that can't get out of the place can get him out. That we never get to see the engine open. Look at that.
He would.
Oh.
It's supposed to be 90 weight right here, but apparently I didn't refill it.
You didn't refill it. A little bit of everything. Good to see you, Rory.
Thanks, sir.
Rory has gotten out of many a bind. He helped weld Ryan's axle when he broke it up on Moab Rim. That's a great video. You should watch that. I'll put a link in the description. He helped John and I take his differential out, what, like 6 times and fix his differential when we broke it on Hell's Revenge. So he's a great guy down in Moab to know and make sure that you can get yourself out of a really tough situation. So he's always there and he can always get through anything. Pocket Ace is a 98 TJ. So here's Overland Gear Guy. This is a Utah-based company that makes gear and packages and storage and things like that. Oh, look at this. We got a great bag here and you can put all your stuff in one spot. Velcro labels for it all. Lots of variety on cases and organization. These guys have really exploded. When they first came to the show several years ago, I remember seeing they had a few small bags, but it just seems like every year they have more and more and more. You guys do a great job with this stuff. All right, show us what's new. Yeah.
Well,
or show us what's...
Well, we had a lot of new utensil organizers.
Oh, that's...
But they're gone.
But they're all gone?
Yeah, we have like...
They
now,
sold like hotcakes. I'm not surprised. That's actually great.
Yeah, I think we have like 6 different models of these. And,
where do you see people putting these? Are these hanging them on?
Like trailers. You know, the off-road trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
we've
great.
We've had some in the inside of Sprinters. We've seen those.
So top part for spices, then hooks for all sorts of utensils.
Exactly.
And are they intended to roll up, or you just suspend them?
They just roll up like this and then tie off with these straps here.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And for people who can't get them here at the show because they're all sold out, they can probably go to your website, right?
Yeah.
Great. Great, great. Overland Gear Guy's a great guy. One of the things I love about him is he's always asking for more feedback, asking for like, hey, what should I make next? And the community will tell him, oh, I wish you made this, I wish you made that. I remember giving him some feedback a few years ago about a new version of like a trash can for your your spare tire that you know, was different than the ones that have been up to that point, which are really big and bulky. This one was smaller, more compact, had some extra storage options. So he took it and built a really great bag. So definitely check him out. Here's some other really cool Jeeps. Does that Jeep look huge to you? It's big. There's another one for sale. Escapade. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. A little awning. Table that attaches there. That's cool. These. Oh, that's nice. Little space for storage in the front. Oh, I like the red doors. A rooftop tent on it, so it can be mom and dad down below and the kids up top, or vice versa. And then this must be the kitchen in the back. Oh, look at how they put the knives and things embedded right into there. Oh, and they're magnetic. That's cool. Slide out cooler. Oh, this is great too. Got your sink area here. I love this. Magnetic. Oh, that's awesome. Lots of organization up top too. That's if you suddenly see a zombie, you turn around, grab that, throw it. I think that's air. That must be an on-off. Maybe that's water. I don't know. Pretty cool. Light up in there. I don't know that I'm ready to get into a trailer like that. We've got a great off-road trailer. We don't use it off-road, but it is it works for off-road, and it's designed that way. So we'll see. Maybe as we get older and more of the kids leave home, that it'll be something that we consider. But what do you think of Escapade? Like escapade? Or is it escape pod? Like an escape pod? We probably should have asked. They seem busy. That's a big fancy razor. Bohr is great. They do a lot of really, they map out a lot of trails. They do classes. They do a lot of trail maintenance. It's thanks to these guys that a lot of the Utah trails are open, because especially here in Utah Valley, Salt Lake Valley areas, and out west, they're always out there cleaning up the trails, doing trail advocacy. If you haven't gotten involved with Bohr Off-Road, B-O-A-R, it's definitely time to help them out. They're a great organization to get involved with. Factor 55. I love this stuff.
So dude, you end up pulling your guys now.
Best top booth. One day we got to get a top for the TJ. ERP. Kind of fun to wander around here. I just ran into Jensen from Red Rock Crawlers, and we just ran into somebody who said, hey, I watch all your videos. So whoever you are, should introduce myself better. Thanks for watching. And the rest of you guys who are watching right now, thanks for watching. Oh, welder. I've not gotten into portable welding, but I know several of my buddies are doing it. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. So I'm here in the Apex booth with Michael, and he's got the new, what do you call this thing?
This is Apex Auto Link.
Apex Auto Link. Let's take a look.
It's a sway bar disconnect. Works on any Jeep, anything with a solid axle. You can set it to the height you need to keep your sway bar parallel. Once you've mounted it, you use a factory bolt on the axle end. Use our hardware included to attach to your sway bar. Twist the link. Now,
no way.
There's 22 inches of travel between the two of them. When you're done wheeling, don't need no friends. locked in place. You don't have to get dirty.
Okay,
nothing.
that's incredible. That is incredible. So how does that compare to the factory sway bar disconnects that come with like a Rubicon?
Well, a Rubicon one is, as we know, is electronic. It actually doesn't have a complete disconnect, so you can max travel it out. The other part with it is that when you're in 4 low, unless you have other products, it will reconnect when you go over, I think it's 10 or 15 miles.
Yeah,
an hour.
10 or 15.
So you can use this on a stock Rubicon axle sway bar, or like I did, is I took mine out and put a sport bar on, and now you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to, it doesn't set any sensors off or anything like that, and you don't have to get dirty. You don't have pins to fiddle with. You just turn a knob and go.
So the kit comes with this and this as well. This is all part of the kit, or
No,
this is the factory?
This is just a sport bar for our display.
Got it. Got it.
This will go on.
But it's this that you're buying, the kit, and it would replace your sway bar end links.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty incredible. You know, if you remember that video that we did a couple weeks ago where I went down to do the maze, and at one point we'd gone a little bit faster and my sway bar reconnected and I didn't realize it. And then on the next obstacle, my sway bar was not disconnected, and so I started really tipping and getting myself into trouble. Now that whole trail was just trouble. I shouldn't have been on it in the first place. I learned my lesson. But something like this might actually be a really great solution to make sure I don't accidentally reconnect my sway bar, which seems to happen to me a lot. I don't know if it's because I got a lead foot in the flats or what, but something like this would actually be really, really great to improve it. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think. Have you tried one of these? And if not, we'll make sure we leave a link in the description so you can check it out. Tell me, what do you expect to pay for something like this? How much would the kit cost?
Full retail is $395.
Okay.
These are expensive, but there is a lot of money in the type of material we use.
Yeah, tell us about the material.
It's all hardened alloys and hard alloy steels. And the coatings that we have used, they will not. I have the original prototype set that are over 3 years old, and they look exactly the same, minus a few nicks from me hitting them on rocks.
Yep. That's really great. Now you've got some measurements or things here. Is this just to help you manually decide where you want the height to be? Or?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 sizes. We have a long and a short. This is the long one. So it starts at 6.5 to 11 inches. And the other size is a 0 to an 8 inch. And you can adjust them really easy. You take this jam nut, screw it in, you pull down, and there's a C-clip in here, and another one on the other side. You use that to adjust where you need to be. Then you loosen the jam nut, which tightens it, and locks it in place.
Locks it in place. And then from there, it's just simple twist of the knob. Boy, that's easy.
And that's to show you that it's unlocked.
It's unlocked, and you can see it visually.
Yep.
That is great. Gives you a lot of travel. Pop that up again.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And like
that is fantastic.
The sway bar you won't be able to out travel the sway bar.
Now, what vehicles is this compatible with? Anything?
Well,
you said
currently right now it'll easily work, no problem on any JK. It'll work on a TJ. It'll work on JL, JT. We've got a couple sets on Power Wagons and AEV trucks, the solid axle Dodges. Apex is local to Utah. You guys are based in Park City, right? Yep, that's correct. Tell me about the company. Well, the company started, Paul is the owner of Apex, and he cut his teeth doing shop design for AFCO and Fox. He did almost all the design stuff for Falcon and quite a bit of the current TerraFlex line. I love that stuff. Falcon was purchased and he moved on to do other things. And we came out, we wanted to change things. We want to make things easier. Well, that's what I've seen so far. Yeah. It's like there's a lot of stuff where it's almost like Me Too products, where it's like, look, we've got one too, and it feels like you guys are just taking it and innovating on existing technologies, coming with something new, and really good quality. I mean, the metals and the way, just this right here. Now you also have a set of deflators as well. Tell me about those. We have the Apex Rapid valve. So this is a complete replacement for your existing valve? You don't drill separately into it? Nope, it fits almost every single thing out there. No modification needed. And then you just pop that and then it's just up and down. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so all your air escapes out of that side hole instead, and you push that down, and then this cap holds that holds it on part in place. Yep, and it will never not move it, but it'll still spin. Yeah. That's awesome. You got a demo over here, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at this.
You have a sticker that tells you, okay, I think that's a 20 PSI trail I want to ride. I go to my door and I say 20 PSI, time it for 3 seconds, and I'll be down to 20 PSI. Is that how that works?
So if you remember, we got those power tank ones for the Jeep, for the JK, but we don't have anything for the TJ yet. I think this would be a great addition to the TJ without having to redo a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna pick up a set of these here at the show, so thank you for that.
Awesome.
And what else? Tell us. My buddy's got the steering. I forget what you call it for the JL.
Apex steering boost kit.
Okay.
So the JLJTs went to an electric power steering pump. It's an incredibly amazing, high quality pump. You're making max pressure at idle.
Yeah.
So before, you know, a lot of engine thermal pumps like the squeal, stuff like that, you got to rev them up to get more pressure out of them. So we invented a valve that allows you to increase the pressure. We made this replacement valve, and it's an adjustable valve where we can set the pop-off pressure. Comes with a gauge. You can set the pressure, watch it real time.
And you install this into your existing power steering pump.
Yep.
Okay.
And it does not take very long. Then you also get a cooler, and adds a cooler to a system that doesn't even have a cooler.
Yeah.
And then we add an additional almost 2 quarts of fluid to a system that has almost
so it allows you to cool.
ounces.
Not only are you doing additional cooling, but you actually have more fluid to dissipate.
Pump, a lot of guys are there's a lot of misconception on how, well, my steering is not working, my pump's not working. Well, this pump is so smart. It's a sealed pump because the Jeeps can afford. This sits below the intake. So they sealed it. Well, hydraulics and electronics, when you're working them, they get hot.
Yeah.
Well, when this gets too hot, there's a thermal switch in, the safety switch in it. It shuts down so you don't blow the pump up.
Yeah. But if it shuts down, you got problems.
You're upstream. But with this, I run it on 40s, 1 tons. I run 2,300 PSI.
Wow.
And mine doesn't shut off ever. And I go wheeling pretty tough trails in Sand Hollow during the summertime.
Yep.
And that's piping hot down there in the summer.
Yeah. And if you watch that video of the maze at Sand Hollow, you remember Andrew and his Gladiator with 40s on it. He had all that stuff done and he was running the stock pump. Remember how hard it was for him to turn? And Jesse was even kicking the wheel, trying to get it to turn because we could not get the wheel to turn. Andrew needs to get one of these for his Gladiator for sure, at a minimum, if not actually do more. Now, I've heard rumor that you guys are also working on almost like a hydro assist type thing. Is that?
Yeah. There's very unique,
maybe we're not allowed to talk about the way
thing that we're working on.
Okay, I'll just say these guys are innovative. You should definitely check them out. What's the website?
ApexPerformanceProducts.com.
ApexPerformanceProducts.com. You're gonna love the products here. Thanks again for taking the time with us. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that was great. Jake, fast air downs on the TJ. Now we got to go find an excuse to go off-roading again. Have you seen these before, Jake? The Black Series. This is another Utah-based company. They're actually right over by Lola's gym. Go take a look inside there. It's like super nice. These are nice trailers. I don't know how much they weigh. Probably more than what my Jeep can tow. And they're expensive, but they're really nice and roomy. Jake's checking them out right now. They got lots of different sizes. The HQ12, the 17, and I think that's probably the 15 over there. Pretty cool. Look, we found some friends. Hi, guys. Hold on, I thought John was going to wear a mask and said you guys are wearing masks and he's not. Hey, Drew. Okay, girls. Boy, girls. Girl, boys, come here. What is this thing?
A Jackson. It's a kitchen.
It's a kid. It looks like some kind of weird grinder or something. What is it? Look at it. Like, can you figure out what that is? Because I can't. Hi, guys. How you feeling, John?
It's like a little jack.
A jack stand?
On the back of the Jeep.
I don't know. That looks like a lot of contraption for a jack stand.
You light it, and then the flame's going to come out here. These pop open, and you put your whatever you want to cook right there.
Oh, wow. So that's a stove.
Yeah.
But you're using like just fuel that you find from around the world on it.
Correct. Yeah. So you're like,
Oh, that's cool.
Anything combustible?
Anything combustible. So you could put twigs, bark, kids' toys, Wade's hair, any of it, right? As long as it can burn, you can put it in there. That's awesome.
What about a Jeep?
You could put a Jeep in there. You could put that phone in there.
First thing I'll announce, we have over $30,000 in prizes that we're going to be giving away throughout the entire.
All right, so this is Easy Flate. Everything you need to air up or down. So you can see it's got one connector here. And then you connect all of these to the tires, and then from that one spot, you then connect that to your compressor. That's pretty cool. Defiant Off-Road. There's a big JK for sale. Look, Jake, that's only $105,000 for this JK. Look at the suspension on this thing. Are you kidding? They've done a completely independent front suspension on this. Wow. I'd have never seen anyone do that on a Jeep. RCV axles, coilovers. This is like nutso. Dang. So we're over at the Factor 55 booth. As you know, Factor 55 makes incredible gear for recovery. Some of the best quality stuff I've seen out there at all. And as you probably also know, they were bought by Warn several years ago. And the partnership between the two of them has actually been really, really great. Factor 55 has been able to maintain their kind of personality and their innovation while still leveraging all of what Warn does and has in terms of supply chain and breadth and experience and quality. So it's been really, really great partnership between the two organizations. A couple of our buddies here are planning on getting maybe some toe straps and things like that. They do a really good job with a lot of this really cool, beefy stuff that takes care of you when you're off-road. Believe me, when you're in that situation where you need to get out of something, you want to be able to trust good stuff, and Factor 55 and Warn is the best. Canyonland coach. A little metal trailer, super simple. Got some latches here. Oh, I think you push that and then pull it out. Big storage. Then they lock into place. You have to push it down again. Yeah. Sinks, burner, fridge, another slide out, spot for rooftop tent. They come in a variety of fashion colors. Kids love climbing up there. Oh, look at these Jeeps. Why is it so angry? Just for Fun Motorsports. That's that shop over in Linden.
Yeah. And if the loudest side will get some slack thrown their direction, all right? So let's go ahead and just try this to begin with. This side says trail, right? And this side says hero, and when I point to you, you're gonna yell. All right, so let's try this side.
Trail Hero is a fun event down in Sand Hollow every year. They combine almost like a mini Ultra 4 buggy race with Jeep trails. So it's think of it as like Easter Jeep Safari meets Johnson Valley in one small event in St. George. Pretty cool.
O-bar, O-B something.
Tool. And every year at the Salt Lake Expo, they also do a big raffle. And this is a chance where everybody who came into the event can drop a ticket in the basket. And then if you spend extra money to donate to their charity events, to buy some of their gear and things like that, you get some extra raffle tickets. So it's a great opportunity to give back a little bit, and then maybe you win something that you probably won't need. Everybody's all about the JLs these days. JKs are old news. Jake, if you were gonna buy a brand new Jeep, it had to be a Jeep, and when I say new, it new to you, would you get JL? Would you get a JT Gladiator? Would you get a JK? Would you get something else? You know, what would you get?
I don't know.
You could get a really old one and fix it up. What would you do?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Is that what you choose to do?
I don't know. It depends, because if you get like a new one that's already built out that's really cool, then like I'd get that. But then if you could get an old one that isn't built up and then you can't build it up, that's also really cool. So,
that's the dilemma. I think an old one built up to be basically new is pretty awesome. Some of that old metal is like just so cool looking. And if you could take it and kind of refresh it, still put technology into it, like, you know, touch screens and CarPlay and, you know, all the, like, I think that'd be really sweet. Like, imagine taking the YJ and putting like some of those things we just saw. Like, imagine changing out the suspension so it's a coil suspension, putting in some of those sway bar disconnects and things like that, and turning it into a really awesome rock crawler. It'd be pretty awesome. If only money were unlimited, right? Look at those tires, those are huge. Oh, Artec. Look at that. That's a monster. So they're showing off their armor right here. Take a look at this, Jake. So this is actually armor. And I believe it's aluminum. So it's ultra lightweight. Is it aluminum? I thought so. You Artec boys and your awesome aluminum stuff. It's brilliant. There's another great looking Jeep. It's definitely seen some wear. Look at that. Got someone filming it there. Look at that. You know, having pretty coils like that is pretty awesome. However, I just gotta believe that they would just get nicked up, or that the coils, because they're flexing and moving so much, that it wouldn't work well. But this Jeep looks like it's going off-road. I mean, it's got scratches. It's definitely been off-road and doing things. So maybe that myth is wrong. Here's a brilliant way to hold extra lug nuts in case you lose one. Just to strap them to your roll bar. Well, that's the Salt Lake Off-Road Expo. Jake, what'd you think? Better than years past. I feel like there's been more vendors here. They've got more stuff. Maybe it's just because we're coming out of a pandemic and everyone's excited to get out and see people and show their stuff off, but I was pretty happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks again for following along, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell. That helps us out. We'll see you next time. Man, that must have been a boring video.